Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. We're going to look at a story that should probably get you angry. It's Marxists, because it's always Marxist, isn't it? They're attempting to cover up again the whole of the grooming gang scandal. This time, it's because Wikipedia has dared to have an article about it. And there is a man by the name of Simon McNeill, who's a Marxist, who wants this deleted. He does not want an article in Wikipedia highlighting this issue. Presumably, he's all for the abuse that, therefore, was committed by Pakistani Muslims against young British girls. That seems to be, I think, what he's trying to say. I think he's trying to say it needs to be covered up so that it can continue. Presumably, I think maybe he, allegedly, might be enjoying the fruits of their efforts, as it were, perhaps. But this article on Wikipedia about this growing scandal over Pakistani heritage grooming gangs targeting young white women in the United Kingdom and the politically correct government cover-ups, which has been going on for some time now, we all know, until eventually they were shamed into having an inquiry, which they're now trying to rush through an Islamophobic law so that nobody can actually talk about it in the inquiry without then running the risk of being prosecuted for, being anti-Islamic, blasphemy against Allah or something. They're trying to get that in quickly so that, again, they can cover it up. But it has been nominated, this article has been nominated for deletion by, as I say, Simon McNeill, who calls himself Simon M223, if you want to go and check him out on Wikipedia. He claimed that the article was biased and said that it was pushing a fringe view. Fringe view. 50 years, hundreds of thousands of children, cover-ups, and so bad that the government has finally given in to a full national inquiry. It's not really a fringe view. He's now being criticised for being a complete and utter wanker. I'm going to say he's a complete and utter wanker. I'm going to suggest he wants this covered up, as I say, because he's someone who's actually in my opinion, I believe he's pro-abuse. There's no other reason for wanting this covered up. Now, we know Wikipedia is left-wing biased, but there's some things that they just can't cover up, and I believe this story is one of them. And so we need to ensure that it is not covered up, that it is not removed, and that the problem of this issue is kept in the public domain, that there are Pakistani and Pakistani heritage Muslim people in this country who have, for many years, and we know it's true because they've gone to jail for it, systemically and systematically abused young white British girls in a racist, sexist attack against them. That's fact. That's not my opinion. These court cases have gone through. They are a matter of public record. This has happened. The extent of it is massive. We know that. This inquiry is going to be a very major embarrassment for the Labour Party, who have a very long, storied history about abuse, particularly with children. We all know how many times Labour members have been accused of various shenanigans involving children. They do like it. They are a party of peds, predators and pervs. We know this. Harriet Harman and Pye, for example. But left, right and centre, there's so many of them. Who was the big fat one? Cyril Smith. And I know a lot of people are going to go, oh, he's Lib Dem, when he started as Labour. Lots of them. They do like their children, don't they? It's when you join the Labour Party, I think you have to go to the place and do the thing, don't you? So they get you. And that's how I view the Labour Party now. They're just a party of peds, and anyone who votes for them, pro-ped, aren't they? But this guy, trying to get it covered up, typical Marxist, you see, got to cover it up. Doesn't want the world to know about Marxist ideals, about the abuse of children. Oh, the socialists and children, the left and children, Pakistanis and children. Not all Pakistanis, of course, but these Pakistanis and children. Why is he covering it up? He can't cover it up. As I say, it's fact. It's a matter of public record. We've seen the pictures of the people jailed for it. Of course, other people who aren't Pakistani heritage Muslim people do these similar crimes. But one only has to look at the per capita rate. You know, if you look at the percentage of the population against the percentage of the crime and look at that, there is a very, very great bias in one way rather than the other. And I think you can guess which way it goes. So, yeah. He's trying to push this. It's not a point of view. It's an absolute. It's wrong. And yet for some reason, people on the left, like this guy, seem to think that it's acceptable if you complained about it. Oh no, don't look. It's biased. It's racist. Telling people that this is happening is racist. No, it happening is racist because they are targeting white children. If you want to tackle the racism, don't tackle the response. Tackle the incident. The response is always going to happen. As Newton said, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, except in matters like this, where every action often has a much bigger and opposite reaction. It's the sort of thing that destroys community cohesion. You'd think a government would try to stop it happening rather than trying to cover it up, because you cannot cover these things up forever. And once that can of worms has been opened, you're going to end up, as some commentators have said, with a civil war. And of course, that's what Labour don't want. They don't want the truth to come out. Because let me tell you, the civil war won't just be against those that committed it. It'll be against those that covered it up. And who are those that covered it up? Labour. Time and time again. Labour councillors, Labour officials, Labour members of Parliament. Labour have been pushing people who are senior in the police to cover it up. People in child protection to cover it up. Always socialists, always covering up the child abuse that the socialists are so happy and so ready to join in with. Makes me angry, and I've done very well, I think, in not getting angry through this video. I deliberately set out to remain calm, so well done me. Please let me know your thoughts on this. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later.